I'm a fascist, but I'm a fan of yours. My problem with the Yehoods is this. The reason let's just say I'm not a big fan, but I'm less of an anti-fan of the Yehoods, is because you guys are doing what you have to for your own sense of self-preservation. Now, if whites would do this now, you would not see a-holes like Antifa, which ironically, as you point out, are pro-Palestinian. We know Palestine does not really exist. I learned a lot of that from you after the Bar Kokhba revolt of 135 ACE. I'm a fascist, but I'm a fan of yours. Hal Caesar. What's going on, brother? You gonna keep this clip? I hope I didn't get you flagged.
How you doing?
Good. Not the best lighting, sorry. So, I have two questions for you. Hold on. My first question is, how do you feel about the fact that Christianity and Islam are stolen derivatives of Judaism? Like, I never hear you Jews get angry about that. Is it because you weren't inculcated with it when you were kids like we were?
Oh, you're starting very aggressive, huh?
No, I'm like, if anything, honestly, what led me away from delusional Christianity is that it's just stolen from the Torah, like the Old Testament, and then they added a copious amount of other books.
Well, I don't care what people choose to do as long as they follow the seven Noahide laws. Be my guest. Let there be 46 religions. I don't care. If you follow the seven Noahide laws, be my guest.
Right. The only problem with that inherently, mate, is that necessitates subservience to Judaism. And as a goy, we both know that
Subservience
I
to
will.
subservience to Judaism, meaning you need to
Yeah,
submit
of
to
course.
Judaism. Well, no, you don't.
I wish I had better lighting out here, man. I'm sorry. I hope you can still see me.
Barely.
I can't believe I've looked for you before, man. I don't have my good mic plugged in, nothing. But if I join your Discord, I won't start saying slurs. Can I join? And maybe if you want to have a debate sometime for fun, could we do it?
Yeah, of
It's up to
course.
you.
Yeah, join my Discord. Are
Thanks.
you watching the live?
I'm a huge anti-Semite, but I hate Jews a lot less. You know why?
You're a huge anti-Semite, but you hate Jews a lot less.
Yes,
Interesting. Why is that?
because I'll try to not say things to get you flagged. I don't want you. I hope you keep this as a clip. It'd be my dream come true. I'm a huge fan of Yoav Beatbox and Sahar TV. Great stuff. Excellent
Well,
content. Even
I don't want people that are anti-Semitic to be my fans.
okay. Well, I guess you don't want people who are realistic to be your fans. Then that's
I mean,
unfortunate. I have a feeling you.
if you're anti-Semitic, that's not realistic. But continue.
Well, I don't. I don't hate all Yehoods because I realize that I do. I'm gonna have to grab the light, bro. Hold on. Hold on a second, if you can. I will speak as. My problem with the Yehoods is this. Now, the reason let's just say I'm not a big fan, but I'm less of an anti-fan of the Yehoods, is because you guys are doing what you have to for your own sense of self-preservation. Now, if whites would do this now, you would not see a-holes like Antifa, which ironically, as you point out, are pro-Palestinian. We know Palestine does not really exist. I learned a lot of that from you after the Bar Kokhba revolt of 135 ACE. Romans renamed it to Syria Palestina. 66% of Palestinians actually believe, excuse me, that if you leave Islam, you should be killed. So that's not a group of people that I think are very nice. And as far as I'm concerned, IDF can keep on firebombing them and their kids to death because Hamas do it to their own. As you know, as you pointed out, I've researched everything you've said. Sorry if I'm breathing heavily. I was running earlier and I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest with you.
Oh, good. You're good.
All right.
Keep
So,
speaking.
yeah. So the problem that I have with the Yehoods is really that you guys, Ashkenazim specifically, you own disproportionate, just exorbitant amounts of media. You can go to Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Zucker on the left with George Soros. You can go to the right with Sheldon Adelson's estate, APAC, CPAC. I mean, they're giving Trump $200 million. And the problem is that you guys utilize this for nefarious purposes. So you use certain groups without saying slurs, black and brown groups that you advocate to import into the U.S., the Hart-Celler Act of 1965, because you're angry at Goyim because of Hitler, because Hitler was an a-hole to the Jews. He tried the Havara Agreement, which I'm sure you're aware of, and British-owned Palestine at the time would not allow it. So, in a way, they kind of created this mess themselves. So that's my problem with you guys, is that you generally, I don't think it's all Jews, but like your elite Ashkenazim in power are pretty big a-holes, bro, and they want to destroy my people. So I'm a Roman Emperor fascist because I'm Sicilian mostly, so I want Caesar, not Hitler, to come back. I'd love to see the U.S. government fall and we have a dictator, an emperor. Go ahead.
You know that the Jewish people have nothing against the Gentiles, right? And against the Goyim.
I mean, in and of your faith, maybe not necessarily. I know Midrash Talpiot is misquoted a copious amount of times. I've not read the entire Tanakh, but
I'm assuming also you haven't read like the entirety of the Talmud, which is 60 books that takes 7 years to complete if you read 2 pages a day. Very, very complicated, but it, in no way, shape, or form, it is says that the Goyim should be treated badly, or people should lie to the Goyim, or anything like this.
Okay.
I mean, again, in Judaism, if you follow the 7 Noahide laws, you can go to heaven. That's why it's not like mandatory to proselytize into Judaism. It's not like required. Unlike Islam and Christianity, where people believe you have to be saved by converting. That's the only way to go to heaven. Judaism is very different than that. And I'm sorry that that's the impression you got. But to say that the Jews control a substantial amount of media is also false. And the reason I'm saying that is because if we control the media, then why is the media completely against Israel? Why is the media completely against the Jews?
That's a good point that you raised, and some other Yehuds have raised that as well. So the reason is because what the Ashkenazim elitists have done, what the hedge fund manager investors and the media moguls there that say Baruch Hashem have done, is they have carved out such an intricately well-woven anti-white, anti-Goyim narrative that it's turned on them. And I'll tell you why. Because you Jews now are seen as the colonizers. You are seen as us, like what we did in Manifest Destiny to the Native Americans. Keep in mind the Native Americans were scalping each other's children before we came along. That's one of the reasons Apache and Comanche don't have reservations to this day. So this idea of the peaceful Indian, they were not peaceful whatsoever. They were as genocidal as we were to each other, as blacks were to each other. But here's the point, is that the Jews are seen, because they're higher IQ and they're generally whiter, like the Ashkenazim, as the colonizers, as the white Goyim oppressors. And the Palestinians, with the lower IQs, being browner, being less advanced, are seen as, again, the poor, oppressed non-white peoples. So your own narrative is turned against you, but it doesn't still mean that Disney with Bob Iger and Michael Eisner are not overloaded with Ashkenazim. You have the highest IQs on earth. I don't remember if you're Ashkenazi. I think you're Sephardi because you're a Berber, bro. You killed my great-great-grandma, dude. I hate Sicily. But anyway, that's the reason, is because
I'm not a Berber, first of all. Second of all, if you choose to pinpoint to a few Jews and imply it on all Jews, then that's where the problem begins. And it's a tendency of a lot of fascists to choose a specific group of people and then imply that on top of everybody else. Now, the reason why there's a lot of Jews in Hollywood is because Jews were not allowed to participate in Eastern media on the East Coast. So they started Hollywood. They did whatever they could to survive. Same applies to why did Jews have to deal with interest in Europe? That's because usury is not allowed in Christianity. So Jews were forced to do something that not a lot of them wanted to do, but they had to do whatever they could to survive. So a lot of people just say, oh yeah, they did this because they wanted to dominate. They did bullshit. They did this because they wanted to survive and prosper, which is a natural need for most people. You understand? And the rhetoric you're bringing right now is pretty scary to hear. I'm not going to lie. And the chat here is also pretty horrified.
I love the chat. I'm one of the only English speakers in the chat usually. But listen, the thing of it is this, okay? We all have this hyperbolic idea of certain things, but when you break it down, I don't remember how many people are in Israel, but I know it's at least a few million.
9 million.
Don't think that. Yeah,
9 million.
I don't think all those people wake up every day and are like, oh, l'chaim, I can't wait to exterminate the Goyim. I don't think they do that, right? I'm even friends with 2 Israeli girls on here. I hope if this is a clip, I hope it becomes. Now, they know that I'm an anti-Semite, but that I don't hate all of you. Again, it is your elitist elitist Ashkenazim, just like not every black is a piece of shit, right? Not every black is stomping Lil Tayrell's head in or raping white women, but a copious amount of them are. So I am a violent fascist. I'll cool it with the rhetoric, but if we brought back public executions brutally or fed some of these groups to lions tomorrow, I'd be thrilled with that. I think you're a good guy, but I think you're misguided because you don't see the horrors of Abrahamic religions, and I think you know that if you had the power, you would oppress us Goyim like you would the Palestinians.
No,
but
I
I do
wouldn't.
hate you less. Yeah.
I can guarantee you that I wouldn't. And if I could promote world peace, I would. But at the moment, the existence of my country is at risk, and I would way rather eliminate Hamas. But listen, I've been hearing these claims many times. The Jews control the banks, Jews do this, Jews do that, and I think I know it's very dangerous rhetoric. What is that?
Oh, I was just scratching my shoulder.
Oh, I thought you were showing me. I thought you were showing me.
These are. What is the word shevim for demons in Hebrew? Shevim. I'm getting it wrong. What is it in Hebrew for demons?
Shadim?
Shadim. I was close. Yeah, I know, like Bodok Hashem, Shoah, and stuff like that. That was a joke back when I was a Catholic. I turned away from Catholicism. All of Christianity is Jewish predicated heresy.
Wait.
All of Islam is Jewish.
Hold on. Let me just say this, and then I want to move forward to the next person. But please join my Discord and talk to me there, because I am interested in continuing this conversation. Imagine if I would say that Christians control the world because of Elon Musk. Imagine if I would say that Muslims control the world because of Qatar and very rich Gulf countries. It's you're implying because of a few people that happen to be Jewish that all Jews are like this. A lot of Jews are very poor. A lot of Jews have no bread to feed themselves. Ashkenazi Jews as well. All of us at the end of the day are the same. And I think it's incredibly dangerous rhetoric, and I don't wish to promote it in any way, shape, or form. But still, please follow me on Discord. I want to talk to you there one-on-one, and we can continue this conversation uncensored.
Okay, I'll leave you be and let you move on, mate. I'm so glad I wasn't going to pop on this stupid thing tonight, but let me just say this. Isaiah 7:14, it says the Mashiach will be born of an Alma, not a Betula, because now Christians screwed that up with Parthenos back from the Greek. Only the first Septuagint was ratified by rabbis circa 300 BCE. Okay, so there's that. There's Isaiah 2:4 that the Mashiach will bring world peace. These are some of the things I discovered 20 years ago that made me believe and know that my faith was stolen from yours. But I just don't think you know the fear of hell that they impart to us as kids, because there's not this burning hell in Judaism. If all the Jews were like you, Hitler said this about Edward Bloch real quick. You know who that was?
No.
That was his his mother's personal doctor when Clara Pulzel had breast cancer, but when Hitler was just a little fuckboy orphan, nobody cared. He saved that guy through all of World War II, even with Himmler and Goebbels and Heydrich and them saying that you should, exterminate him. No, he sent him actually to the U.S., like all expenses paid, let him keep his assets. So there were even a few Jews like Werner Goldberg that Hitler liked. But anyway, I'm not a big Hitler guy. I never met the guy. You're very interesting. I don't know how you debate with these like mentally retarded Muslim assholes all day, bro. It's like me trying to talk to Goyim about racism and why they should be fascists. It's like hitting a brick wall, mate. Wow. Reviler Red is my name. Reviler Red, Reviler D, misanthropic tropical nihilist. I'll hit you up, but go ahead. Last word, mate.
No, that's it. Thank you for the conversation. We'll talk on Discord more.
Shabbat shalom.